On the afternoon of November 24th, 1971, a well-dressed man boarded Northwest Orient Flight 305 from Portland to Seattle. He carried a briefcase, paid cash for a one-way ticket, and introduced himself with the name that would later become legend, D.B. Cooper. At first, nothing about him seemed unusual. He was polite, quiet, and ordinary. The flight was short, less than 30 minutes. Cooper sat near the back of the Boeing 727, ordered a bourbon and soda, and appeared calm. No one on board suspected that, before the plane landed, this man would commit one of the most audacious crimes in American history, and then disappear without a trace. Shortly after takeoff, Cooper handed a note to a flight attendant. At first, she assumed it was a phone number. When she ignored it, Cooper leaned closer and spoke calmly. "I suggest you read the note. I have a bomb." Inside the briefcase, Cooper showed what appeared to be explosives, wires, red cylinders, and a battery. He wasn't panicked. He wasn't aggressive. He was precise. Cooper demanded $200,000 in cash and 4 parachutes. The crew alerted the cockpit, and authorities were contacted as the plane circled the skies over Seattle. Eventually, the demands were met. When the aircraft landed, Cooper received the money, $20 bills bundled neatly, and the parachutes. He then allowed all passengers to leave the plane unharmed. Only a small crew remained on board. At this point, the situation could have ended. It didn't. Cooper ordered the pilots to take off again, this time heading south toward Mexico City. He demanded low altitude, slow speed, and the rear staircase deployed, a unique feature of the Boeing 727. As night fell, the plane flew over a remote stretch of forest between Washington State and Nevada. Sometime after 8 p.m., Cooper stood up, put on a parachute, and tied the money to his body. He lowered the rear stairs and jumped into the dark wilderness below. That was the last confirmed sighting of D.B. Cooper. What happened next became one of the greatest mysteries in criminal history. Despite an extensive search involving hundreds of agents, helicopters, and ground teams, nothing was found. No body, no parachute, no clothing. Years later, a small portion of the ransom money was discovered buried along the banks of the Columbia River, miles from the suspected jump zone. The rest of the money was never recovered. Cooper himself was never seen again. The FBI spent decades investigating the case, interviewing suspects and analyzing flight paths, weather, and terrain. Some believed Cooper never survived the jump. Others believed he planned everything perfectly and escaped. In 2016, after 45 years, the FBI officially closed the case. To this day, no one knows who D.B. Cooper really was, or what happened to him. So what do you think really happened?